What's up guys, it's Sachin Rupan, Vice Chairman of the KwaZulu-Natal Freshwater Bank Angling Region, Chairman of the Fish Online Angling Club, and the founder of the Fish Online WhatsApp group. Today I'm just going to go through the basics of traces, and one of the recommended traces on a competition level being the sliding reitvlei trace. Right? In order for us to make a trace, there's a few requirements, right? The first being center line, right, or your shaft line, right? Personally, for me, XX 24-pound high abrasion, right? Both my center line as well as my hook lines are clear, right? And I think that is something for you to remember. Try always to have clear center lines and clear hook lines, right? The line of choice for a hook line, XX 7-pound high abrasion. Right, so those are the two lines that I tie my traces with, right? For the ease of competition and changing weights quickly, right, we now use links, right? So if you can see those, right? And the purpose of a link, right, is to have an interchangeable method where we can change a sinker from a lighter sinker, this being an M0, right, to a heavier sinker. And the reason we do that is if you wish to throw a little bit further, or if you'd like to get straighter line in a windy condition. Right, and there you go. Within seconds, I've changed from a lighter sinker to a heavier sinker. Okay, we're going to leave the building of a trace for another video, but today I'm just going to go through the basics, right? So as a standard, most anglers use a center line of 28 to 30 centimeters, right? So guys, please just remember that 28 to 30 centimeters for your center lines, right? And a hook line of 10 to 12 centimeters, right? So mine, from the end of your swivel to the start of my hook, is 11 centimeters, right? And it does not matter in which dam you fish. You can fish in any dam and try to keep it as a standard, right? The name reitvlei, right, or sliding reitvlei, right, comes from the manner in which the trace is designed, right, where both hooks are allowed to slide, right? So if a fish has to pick up the bottom hook, right, it's able to slide 28 to 30 centimeters, right, without it feeling any weight, right? The same applies for the top hook. If a fish has to pick this up, right, it is able to slide a fair distance before it picks up or feels any weight, right? And that helps in hooking a fish better, right? So reitvlei trace, right? Storage of your reitvlei traces, right? You can just use a little bank packet, right? It folds away nice and easy, and it's able to fit into the standard trace box perfectly. These trace boxes can hold in excess of 20 traces. All right. When I'm building traces, there's something that I tend to do. I try to build at least 80% of the trace up front, right? And this is what I do, and it makes for ease of storage. Once I undo this, I have all of these just lying loose, and then I'm able to attach hook lines and your trace is done. Okay, the next trace I'm going to go through is a bottom trace, right, or a paternoster trace, and storage method exactly the same. Folds away nice and neat into one of these little trace packets, right? And here we have a sliding bottom trace, right? The length again of the hook lines exactly 11 centimeters, right? For me personally, right? So we're going to have it 11 centimeters, and the length of my bottom traces are 60 centimeters. Right? So that's something important to remember. Right, the way the sliding bottom trace works, it's made with gummy stops. Right, on this trace there's 3. Right, the reason for having 3 gummy stops, just gonna put on a sinker for you guys quickly. Okay, the first gummy stop, obviously I think the guys would know, when you cast the trace it flies in reverse, right? And the gummy stop is there so that this hook doesn't tangle with your top hook. Right, here again, bottom trace with a sliding hook, right? And the top hook sliding as well. Right, so that is the basics of a reitvlei trace and a bottom or paternoster trace. Thanks.